Greetings, Diet Center, and today is Wednesday, July 29th, just a couple of days left in the month. I know everybody's gearing up for what will be a phenomenal round of meetings. Our first meetings are in New York and Greensboro next week. If you haven't gotten your confirmation in yet, please do so right away. I believe we're at like 80% confirmation at both meetings. The rest of those confirmations will come in the balance of today. Before we get into the agenda of these meetings, I just want to briefly remind a couple of people, attendance at the franchisee meetings is mandatory. There's a few of you teetering on sanctions from this office for failure to attend, and in most cases, those are centers that are not doing as well as we'd like them to, and I'm quite confident not doing as well as they'd like to. So if you haven't gotten your confirmation yet, please do so ASAP. Let's talk about the agenda itself. I got to tell you, I'm totally jacked, totally stoked about this agenda, because this agenda, I'm just going to put it out on the table and say I'm convinced the average center that attends is going to add 10 to 15 grand into their pocket between now and the end of the year. I don't mean gross sales, I mean net pre-tax profit, an additional 10 to 15 grand between now and the end of the year, above and beyond what they were already projected to do. So let's take a look at it. First of all, we'll review what has happened over the last 3 years with sales, so we can establish some trends, talk a little bit about openings, some centers that we've terminated, what is the lay of the land over the next few months and the next year or so for diet centers. So then we'll move on to product issues. There's a lot of rumor out there about what's been going on with the product issues. We're going to give it to you straight, bullet by bullet by bullet, and walk you through exactly what has happened the last 9 months and what will happen over the next few months, and the steps we've taken to virtually eliminate some of these challenges moving forward, even when crazy things fall out of the sky like hydroxycut. We're going to do a complete review of suggestions that have been made from the fall meetings last year and the spring meetings this year. They're nearly 75, actually a little more than 75% of the most common suggestions and recommendations have been acted on and or resolved. We'll give you a complete rundown on that so you don't walk away saying to yourself, we go to these meetings, we make these suggestions, nothing ever happens. Far from it. Nearly all of these have had positive outcomes. Nearly every single item has been acted on or a decision has been made, and you'll get the background on that. 2010 advertising and marketing calendar. You may be thinking, I'm just trying to get out of 2009. What am I worrying about 2010 for? You need, if you're going to run your center like a sales organization, to start worrying about 2010 in about 90 days so you get your first quarter ducks in a row. We'll give you all the lowdown on that. We've already done your calendar, your excuse me, your advertising weeks are all laid out, your marketing weeks are all laid out. All you need to do is show up, plug it in, and play it, and you're good to go. We're going to talk about managing your center like a sales organization, and we'll address some assumptions that we're making about you. Now, I will tell you, if you're not interested in making money, this is not the meeting to show up at. If you're interested in making money, run, don't walk to the closest meeting to you, because that's what this whole meeting is all about. Now, for the next few topics, we'll do all the talking, and in the balance of the meeting, you'll do all the talking with a little bit of encouragement from us on a couple of topics. First of all, we'll talk about organizing your advertising and your marketing like you're a sales organization, not some nutritional counselor, but like a sales organization. We're going to talk about what you need to know every single day to run your center like a sales organization. And we assume you want to run your center like a sales organization so you can achieve the financial goals that you've set up for yourself and your family. What you need to are increasing appointments that set and increasing appointments that show like a sales organization. We're going to give you some tips and techniques that some of the top centers in the country, even some companies outside of our own, and I don't mean in the HMG family, some other companies that are in the commercial weight loss industry, things they do to drive up their set and their show rate. Then we're going to really dig into closing more sales like a sales organization. We have a 50-step process, and that may seem like a lot, but it goes very quick. But a 50-step process, I guarantee you, will increase your close rate by 10 to 15% the first presentation or the first day you walk out of the meeting and put this into practice. We're going to get into how to generate more referrals like a sales organization. And I don't mean the kind where you sit around waiting for the phone to ring for someone to say, yeah, my friend Susan or my friend Sally or Stephanie or Shannon went to your center. I'd like to come in. I mean how to aggressively get referrals and have your clients thank you for it and be excited about giving you even more names. We're going to talk about how to communicate with your staff, or how to motivate and compensate your staff if you have a staff, like a sales organization. And if you don't have a staff, it's just one more way for you to make that much more money to more effectively manage and measure your advertising and marketing activities. We're going to talk about how to communicate with your center staff and how to maximize sales through your communication with us as well. This will be a particularly good topic for centers where it's multi-unit operators or absentee ownership. And one of these new tools, some of these meetings, a couple of you are going to win one of these new tools as well to be able to do this. Then we're going to get into how to read financial statements like a sales manager. Now, you get these financial statements every month or every quarter, and there's 5 to 10 pages in there, and you're thinking, I don't even know what this means. We're going to show you, I'm going to show you, the team's going to show you what are the 8 things to look for in your financial statement when you manage your center like a sales organization. That'll immediately tell you how you're doing and areas to improve in. Then we're going to turn it over to our franchisees, turn it over to you for the rest of the meeting. We're going to have an open roundtable discussion on staff recruitment, staff training, staff management, lead generation, presentation techniques, and center promotions. There's been some center promotions out there that have put up some huge numbers in a lot of the centers, and we want to be able to share those ideas. We'll also talk about increasing client traffic. That's a roundtable discussion. And then the last part of the day, you're going to get a brand new franchisee diagnostic tool that involves us. That tool alone, combined with a few of these other things, I assure you, you're going to put those extra 10 to 15. In some cases, I wouldn't be surprised if people had $20,000 or $30,000 net pre-tax income between now and the end of the year. A lot of exciting tools. I'm very excited about this agenda. Quite frankly, I think this agenda is going to move us forward faster than any meeting we have had in years. So that's your roundup for today. I'll have some more information for you tomorrow on rankings and some more meeting details. So if you haven't gotten your confirmation yet in, please do so, and we'll see you at the meetings.